See, the whole point of this message is to become irrelevant. This message seeks irrelevance. Everything about this message is to get to a point where it is no longer relevant. And this is when people know who the fuck they are and are not confused about what's going on around them. Because right now, there's a lot of confusion. And the confusion that shows up amongst our people today here in Zimbabwe is a confusion that comes from not having a certain awareness of self that would make it impossible for them to ever accept a lot of the conditions that are put their way by the powers that be. Because when the people know who they are, they understand the standards by which they must hold themselves. It's got nothing to do with money or material riches and all of those things. It's all to do with that inner strength and that inner wealth. You could actually be very, very rich and not know it and not be aware of that which you hold inside. And when you walk around with ignorance, it's that ignorance that informs the current paradigm that our people find themselves in. And this is why this message is very pertinent, even though it doesn't have that many views at any given time. That can easily change because at the end of the day, it's not even about, the view. Sometimes less is more. Sometimes it's about the quality of the people that the message reaches. And sometimes it's that quality which once it reaches a certain level, we can achieve critical mass, which means that we can begin to change the reality of our people. Like I said, less is more. Less is more a lot of the times, but when people are so addicted to attention and things like that, people always assume that when you are out here, sharing the way that I'm sharing, it means that you seek some type of relevancy, when in fact, it's the opposite. We seek irrelevance. We want the message to become irrelevant. And it becomes irrelevant when the people reach a certain state of mind. None of what I say here will ever matter. And I won't even have to say it, because by then my state of being me and who I am will have reached another level where I don't even have to have these thoughts that I have to come out here and need to share. You see? Yeah. At the end of the day, it really costs me very little, because when something flows out of you as just a natural state of who you are, then it doesn't really cost you anything, because my maker makes me as I am. And I know people always talk about, we are waiting for downloads, when sometimes actually we are the downloads, and we are here and we are simply sharing what it is that we have inside with the outside world. But we are the downloads, pure, physical, mental, spiritual, soulful downloads. And that's a fact. It doesn't cost me anything, because this is who I am. This is my state of being. It is being me to have a message inside my heart and to want to creatively put it out. That is being me. Because I understand that by putting that out, I'm able to share some of that light within me with others, so that if they can reach a certain level of awareness, their reality may begin to change. When you walk around with a certain amount of awareness, you are able to fight a lot of the demons which weigh you down as you live your natural life. So that when you have that level of awareness and knowledge of self, you can never walk around looking broken, and it'll always sort of shine through. Just the way that you look, the way that you feel, your aura, it'll always shine through, and you will have that sense of abundance about you and not walking around looking like someone who lacks. Even when you don't have all the trinkets and all these things that are being used to attract you and to make you wish you were someone else, because when you have that yearning to be somebody else who's not you, then you fall prey to envy and jealousy, which are things and emotions that will tend to weigh you down. I mean, it's great to be inspired. It's great to be inspired to be greater, but only be inspired to be a greater version of who you already are and who you were made as. This is what we share here. This is what this message is about. It's about raising your vibration. It's about raising the tone and frequency of our people to get them to a level where they no longer are afraid. They no longer lack. They are no longer confused about what's going on within their own lives, let alone within their nation. They become that powerful nation, and it happens within before it could ever show itself as the current reality. So there's a lot of work to do, and all this channel is a part of that work, which is why anyone, when you listen and when you come to an understanding of what the message is about, it'll make it easier for you to be able to connect the dots of every single thing that is being said on here. And then you'll start to see the value of it and not listen to it, with the lens of what's out there, what's current, what you think is such an important message. Because if all of these other messages out there that have all these thousands of views and so on, if they were actually bringing any difference, don't you think we'd have reached nirvana by now? We'd be in heaven by now. We'd be living in an amazing world right now. The world would not be in crisis. So the fact that the world is in crisis, the fact that countries are in crisis, lets you know that the current people who are in positions of power, whether it's just a president, whether it's a world billionaire leader, whether it's these big, tech companies, whether it's just the local influencers and all of that stuff, if any of those people were bringing true value, then guess what? We'd be living in an amazing world. But we all know we ain't. So the whole goal, like I said, is for this message in channels like this to actually be relevant. We don't want to be relevant. But because of the way things are, it's a relevant message. The truth is relevant because there's very little truth out there. All right, peace.